Hey, it's Tracy. Hope everything is going good with you today. I came across something this morning that really struck my attention and created a cute little lump inside of my throat. So it was very alive inside of me. And I want to read it to you this morning. It was just a post that was made and being shared on the wonderful Book of Face. And it says, "Stop being the only one holding the rope. If you let go and the connection drops, it was already broken. You were just the only one trying to save it. You deserve relationships where the effort is a two-way street, not a solo marathon." Wow. Is that ever a mouthful? And if you're anything like me and you're here listening to this right now, I want you to give yourself permission to just allow the release to happen. When I read this and I feel it inside of my body, I get a little choked up because there are times in our lives when we don't feel like we have anybody that is checking in on us. We miss the opportunities to check in on others too sometimes. So, we've become so busy as a society in whole that we don't take the time to create connections. And we've become so disconnected within ourselves that it's been challenging to find the time and space to connect with others. Um, Again, it's not anything that, you know, has anything to do with who you are as a person. I mean, unless you got some faults that you need to work on and some growth to happen, then you're going to know it. But right now, society has been pulled so far out of their hearts and so far out of their own connection that they're having a hard time connecting with others because there are so many bells and whistles and so many things to do and shiny objects that they're running to see. And, we're coming out of a space where people have been so busy and just keep adding more and more to their plate that all they can do, because they're suffering themselves, all they can do is the one-way street. Doesn't mean that you have to continue and be drained. You just need to set that boundary for yourself. It doesn't mean that the other person is a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're trying to suck the life out of you. Most times they don't even know it because, like I said, the connection with themselves and their hearts and, their own inner voice has been completely cut off or silenced by we got to do this, we got to do that. Oh my God, we got to chase success over here. We got to do this, and that's not what it looks like, all those things. And if you're not keeping up with the Joneses and hustling, then you're not making it. But that is so wrong. That is so wrong. That is the hustle culture that has been going on for the last, I don't know, how many years, but it feels like a long time. And right now, people are learning that. They're learning that, you can't keep going and you can't keep trying to, do things from your own empty vessel, your own empty cup. And people are starting to feel lost. They're starting to feel even more disconnected with their family, more disconnected with their work, more disconnected with their kids. And the biggest one is more disconnected with self. And that is what needs to come back, is connecting to who you are and what you love and the things that you love to do and the feeling inside of you. Like, people don't have that anymore. So it's discovering that. So there's a little bit of rambling for this morning, understanding that the connection that may feel like it's lost is just covered up right now. And we as a whole need to work better on connecting with ourselves so we can connect with others so that we don't feel so lost and alone. I believe since 2020, when we went through the whole, pandemic or whatever you want to call it, I believe that's where a big piece of everything started getting lost was people were isolated and no longer able to, be with others, or they chose to listen to somebody else about their own health. And it it really created a big mistrust inside of each other and a disconnection. So that's what I got for you today. I don't want to get too far off on the tangent, but I just want you to check in with yourself and see how you feel inside of you. And once that connection inside of yourself starts feeling more alive, you're going to start feeling more connected to your kids. And when you feel connected to yourself and your heart, your kids are going to feel that. And you're going to start building that connection with them. And then you know what happens when you start building that connection with them? It's a ripple effect. Then they actually start feeling connected to themselves again. And the world is going to change once we start connecting back into ourselves. So hold on to your rope and build your rope and feel your rope. And you can do that one breath at a time, one choice at a time, and one step at a time. And have fun and love. Thank you for joining me today with this Goddess Ramblings, Getting Scrappy with Life. If you like this episode, please share. And I will see you on the next rambling. Have a great day. Love y'all.